WWDC 2015 was filled with shock and awe, at least for me, a former iPad user. In the past, I've tried to use my iPad for productivity, but always went back to the MacBook. But now, iOS 9 brings new life to productivity on the iPad. And it all starts with multitasking. Multitasking is actually multifaceted in iOS 9. You have this slide over, which allows you to pause the current app without leaving it and interact with another application, so you can quickly interact with other apps if you need to. And just pull down like that to select your application. And then there's also true side-by-side multitasking. It is called Split View in iOS 9. It's only for the iPad Air 2, but you can see the potential right off the bat. You invoke it from the slide over view, just like that. You just pull the little drag handle over, and then you can position it so that the secondary app takes up about a third of the screen, or you can make it split directly in between, so you have a 50-50 view there. You could still access your notification center by swiping down on the primary app, and like I said, you can switch to other apps in the secondary view by swiping down on the secondary app. So it's very well thought out. It allows you to have literally true side-by-side multitasking, which is awesome. You can interact multi-touch and all with both apps at the same exact time, and it is really awesome. Sadly, it's only for the iPad Air 2 right now. No telling if that will change in the future, but who knows. But what I will say is that iOS 9, the true star feature of iOS 9, at least for the iPad, is split view, true side-by-side multitasking. It has been a long time coming. It's finally here, and it's very well executed. Now, the third tier of sorts when it comes to multitasking on an iPad running iOS 9 is the new picture-in-picture functionality. And as its name describes, you just tap this button right here on a video, and now you have true picture-in-picture, lets you watch videos and multitask at the same exact time. So I can browse this website in the background, I can move this around, it'll sort of dock in any of the four corners on my iPad. You can resize it, you can play, pause, all that. You can reattach it after detaching it from its source. So you can see I'm playing the video right there. The really cool thing about picture-in-picture is the way you can interact with the detached window, just like that though. So like I said, you can resize, reposition it on the screen, you can redock it if you want to. You can even do split view and the video at the same time. So you can really truly have some serious multitasking going on here, and you can kind of see probably why Apple requires the hardware of the iPad Air 2 in order to use the split view. Now, the next big productivity feature in iOS 9 is the QuickType keyboard, or the updated QuickType keyboard. It brings true power user features to the table. Now you can have easy text selection just by swiping with two fingers right on the keyboard like this, and then you can move your cursor precisely where you want it. You can position it exactly in the spot you want it to be. And you can even highlight text if you want to do that using the new easy text selection in iOS 9. So I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to highlight some text here. All right, let's try that. There we go. So I just highlight it just by double tapping the text. Now there's also a shortcut bar, so you have really cool shortcuts. You can see there, copy and paste. You have some shortcuts that are app specific, so even third-party apps can have their own custom shortcuts for a real power user experience. And speaking of power user experiences, for the first time in iOS 9, apps can now implement their own custom hardware keyboard shortcuts for a true power user experience, just like on a Mac. Needless to say, I am now reconsidering whether or not I want to try to re-implement the iPad back into my workflow as a power user. Prior to iOS 9, I would have never considered it because the iPad and its software was just too limited, but now there are some compelling features that are making me reconsider that. So if you like this video, if you agree, please leave me a like down below and let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is Jeff with iDownload Blog.